Interesting. Very interesting. We are live, I believe so. All right. Everything looks good there. Let's check for kick. Oopsie. Oh, we got a nice little hair light also. Um, but now we got to check TikTok Pro. Are we live on? I have not posted on that channel quite some time. Let's check it out. Are we vertical? We are vertical, baby boy. We are cooking with gas. All right. First things first, we are about to do our. Who's talking right now? Be quiet, please. Oh, dude, we're in vertical. I'm so hyped up right now. I'm so hyped up. Okie dokie. Shh. Shh. So we are live on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Kick. Oh, we're cooking with gas. Alrighty. So today we are diving into Tom Cruise, one of the most committed actors and physical performers in Hollywood. First, I want to look at his transformation for his new movie, Digger, and study what choices he's making as an actor. Then we're going to go behind the scenes of especially his stunt preparation, because I really want to understand the discipline and the training required to perform at that level, at Tom Cruise's level. Finally, we're going to switch over to my Filipino-Russian side and watching a Filipino-Russian family try. It's so crazy how unique that blend is, but there are half Filipino, half Russians out there. They're my family. But we're gonna watch them try some Jollibee together. So let's get into it. Tom Cruise looks almost unrecognizable in Digger, but I want to look just beyond the prosthetics. As an actor, I'm curious about the choices underneath the transformation, his physicality, voice, energy, and how he commits to playing someone completely different from the Tom Cruise audiences normally expect. We'll watch the trailer and then study what he's said about learning his craft throughout his career. Na, na, na. That was called my intro. And check this out. Bada bing, bada boom. Switch over to reaction video. Let's check this out. Low key, this just feels like a horror movie right now. Obviously, it's called Digger and there's a shovel, but this is getting kind of scary. I do not like horror films, by the way. I just don't. I watched them as a kid growing up, and I got scarred. So there's that. Hold on. This name Alejandro G. Aranito. Anarito. I hope I said that correctly, but that just goes hard. Ooh, okay, it's a comedy. Literally a comedy of catastrophic proportions. Interesting. I will say that it seems hype, it seems interesting, but literally it gave nothing. You just see Tom Cruise. He kneeled down. He has a shovel. It's called Digger, and then he's like standing on the edge of something potentially. I don't really see. I didn't get much of it. I mean, just the name Tom Cruise and the production company of Legendary of Warner Bros. I mean, it's gonna be a great movie regardless. But still, there was literally nothing there. Okay. What I love about this too is, hold on. Boom. Now I can switch to just chatting. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I didn't even realize. Um, what is going on? That's my chat. I was doing some some test chats. Um, Skilla, how are you? We changed up. What you mean you hate us? We switched up the chat and my live stream. I want to know what you think. We're actually transitioning into the next video. Like I said, this video it's going to be a little different, all right? This is the commentary scene, so we can chat, we can talk, but as soon as I do my reaction and then I do my intros, it's going to be straight to camera. It's going to be like, "Oh, is he what's he doing?" You like it? I mean, shoot, you got my Snapchat, my TikTok, my Instagram, and guess what? All created with AI. It's crazy. All right, we're watching Tom Cruise. His new movie Digger came out. So I'm just like, all right. Or the trailer came out not too long ago, so I was like curious about it. The only thing is that the chat. There we go. Oh shoot, the chat's gonna go crazy. I literally have this is different. I can't stay long, but I wanted to say hi. The fact that you came on here, I appreciate you. Even from yesterday when we were at Gen Con, I appreciate you so much. I hope you enjoyed that Jersey Mike's you had yesterday. But yeah, we're just recording. I'm gonna try to go live every other day, and it's gonna be this I know you don't like it every time I do my outros, but it's going to be my intro, reaction video, outro. But the fact that you came on, I appreciate it. So we're going to hop into this reaction, and that means we're going to have to hop on over to the whatchamacallit. Check this out. Transition.
Please keep that applause going for Mr. Tom Cruise.
See ya. I don't know how old Tom Cruise is, but he ages. I mean, it's not like a George Clooney fine wine. One of my goals, as in, I was gonna say, one of my goals as growing older. Yeah, I guess you could say that growing older, and I would love this because I got the Asian genetics, but Russian genetics might be a little different as you age. When you think of a George Clooney or any Asian celebrity, they age just like you're like. I don't know what his skincare routine, his diet, his health, but Tom Cruise looks the exact same as he did when he was in his 20s.
Thank you all very much.
His sheer presence is absolutely crazy. All right.
Much in the present and the future, but I definitely, I'm now, things that the goals that I had, I was 4 years old when I decided I wanted to make movies, and
Holy guacamole. It was 4 years ago when I decided I wanted to be in movies. He's been doing this since he was a baby.
I wanted to travel the world and meet people from other countries and cultures and fly jets and airplanes and parachutes and jump off buildings and do
What
all
every
that.
4-year-old wants to do.
I know, what every 4-year-old, but I was doing that even earlier. But I really wanted to do that, and I remember, I would write goals down always as a kid, and we traveled and
This is going to be interesting because this is an interview, by the way, about his new movie Digger. I have absolutely it's weird. We just watched the trailer to the movie. It's interesting. Music was cool and it seems hype, but I have no context of what this is going to be about. So whatever he says, going to be pure reaction now.
lived in different houses and rented houses, and I just had dreams, and I would write these goals down, and I didn't share them with people. I remember as a kid, I told people what I wanted to do, and then it was just somehow kind of too much for some people. They're like, what are you talking about, kid?
Yeah.
And so I stopped telling people, and now I've kind of, over the years, you just kind of reflect on what those decisions were and what the dreams were, and just kind of, I wanted to be here, for the rest of my life and make movies. I remember.
Low key, I will point this out. This is less about acting and just more about, I mean, acting is just a reflection of life, you know, our mannerisms and why would we do what we do as human beings? Why do we think the way that we think as human beings, and understanding others? It's a psychology. A lot of it has to do with psychology. But what he's saying right now kind of resonates in a way of taking a step back. You don't have to be an actor. You don't have to be interested in the TV and film industry or theater, whatever it may be. Just think about your career as a whole. What he's saying right now, and just keeping that inner child happy, is something that we lose touch as we grow older and as we pursue a career we may have not wanted to do, but we chased the money aspect of it. You know, thinking about, okay, is what I do right now making my inner child happy? It's a great time to reflect. And I think, I mean, I'm thinking right now, like, what I wanted was to build better Lego buildings than my brother. I think I can build better Lego buildings than my brother. Yeah. But seriously, I mean, that's something that improv is teaching me, because I take improv classes. It's a 3-hour improv class in Chicago, in the city of Chicago, and it's called The Second City, and where Steve Carell, Amy Poehler, Tina Fey, just amazing celebrities came out of. And it takes me 5 hours to get there. And something that I'm learning, and it sounds so simple, but staying in tune with your inner child, making your inner child happy. This is something that we lose. Our creativity, that's the biggest one. I feel like he's going to talk about this right now, Tom, right now. He's going to talk about the creativity that you had as a kid, you lose when you grow older. I hope none of you guys lost that. Chat, did you guys lose your creativity? Oh, am I peaking? Let me turn this down. Chat, did you guys lose your creativity? Your inner child?
We're being on taps. Suddenly I had one or two lines in the movie, and then suddenly I was a third lead in the film, and that's a long story. But I was laying there in bed, and you know, I knew I didn't go to film school. I didn't go to acting class. My school was basically watching movies and evaluating.
He said this before, Monchi, hey, we are in the middle of a reaction video, so it's not just chatting yet. But as Tom Cruise was saying how he didn't watch, this is another thing too. The first time I ever took an acting class, my instructor, who I've been with for well over 4 years, shout out Beth, she's amazing. She's helped me book my first ever movie with Alex Wolff and Jim Gaffigan. I didn't work with Jim, but he's an A-list comedian that I always watched. And Alex Wolff, Jumanji, Hereditary. So she's amazing. And one of the things that she told me about actors when it comes to their natural ability or trained ability, because you always have to be trained, but there's some actors who just come in and just hit it right off the bat. And everyone's story is different. Like Johnny Depp does not watch. He said in a past interview, I think this was about the Pirates of the Caribbean, he said, I just don't watch them because I feel like if I watch it, I'll start to judge my physical appearances, and that will affect my future performances. And you'll hear other actors or even theater, when you're in a play, they'll watch their performances. Well, actually, you can't really watch it live. You have to rewatch it if it's in theater. But they'll rewatch it, and they'll watch those mannerisms, those little physical features. Like, oh, I didn't know I'd do that with my face every time I do this. And it's like a weird dynamic, but it's a unique dynamic. Everybody's learning differently. Everybody has natural ability differently. And even Tom right now, he's saying that he never took he took very few acting classes. He just learned from watching movies. But this is something, if you're on set and you're watching a scene develop and then you watch it on, the big screen in a movie, it does not do it justice sometimes, because there is an emotional pull when you're just seeing it live. You're seeing two people or a group of people, whatever the scene may conduct, you're just seeing it, and it's more captivating than the big screen. I mean, the big screen has music, but it's not like the real thing.
Evaluating films, and I had to think about how did I think about movies, and it was my personal experience, and now I'm on a movie set, and I went, I don't know if this is ever going to happen again. And what I naturally did is I just did what I do, which is I went to every single department. I just started studying every single department. and asking a gazillion questions. We had the great cinematographer.
I love it. I love that. That might have been, if there's going to be any key takeaway here, is curiosity that Tom Cruise is saying right now. He said, instead of these acting classes and honing in the craft, even though he did do that, majority of it he learned from movies as an actor. But he said when he was on set, he asked every single department that goes from the wardrobe stylist to the stuntmen to the director to the assistant director to the, what is his name? The director of photography, or the photographer of director, something like that, in terms of how the scene should look, right? And then everybody has a specific hat and job. Everyone thinks when they think of movies, like the director does everything. And the director does have a lot of hats to wear, and it's a very stressful position. But the director is just there to make sure that train is running. He's like the conductor, but there's so many people making that train move when it comes to filmmaking. And so this is perfect. Just be curious. Just ask questions like, why do you have that lens on the camera if you're looking at the whoever's the gaffer? Or I don't know, I think the gaffer is the person who holds the actual camera. You think about those big old cameras, they put it on their shoulder and they walk around. You have to ask questions like, why do you do that? What's the reason for that? And the fact that he still does this, or no, he's saying he did do this, but I bet to be at his level, you still have to be curious.
Photographer. There was Roisman. You had Stanley Jaffe, who was producing this film, and he was. We had Harold Becker, and there's Timothy Hutman, Sean Penn, who grew up in the industry, and suddenly I'm playing chess with George C. Scott on Sunday morning, but it wasn't just that I'm playing chess with these people. I was very interested and asked a lot of questions, and I would study a lot of movies, and then I would evaluate. Like I always took an actor's career, a cinematographer's career, directors, whatever, and I'd watch their movies from the beginning to end, and then I would evaluate the differences and the choices. And then I would meet them and I would discuss the circumstances of each film. Wow. And
that's interesting. He would discuss the circumstances of each film. Like, I'm trying to put myself in his position when he's meeting with these directors and he's asking these questions in terms of like, okay, why did you start the movie? Like, think about any movie. You started off with a certain scene. When we watched the trailer to Digger, it was like this really close-up weird shot. Then you see a shovel come in. Obviously, it's called Digger, shovel, pun, very meant to be intended. But there is like a, how do you say it? Like a first impression to every single movie. You get the vibe like, oh, this is setting back in, the 1800s or even, 10 BC, or this is futuristic. So to see the first shot and how the movie or the film begins, and then the last shot, how does it end? Those, I've actually never thought about that. Thinking about the differences between the two. These are like questions that you should ask as an actor. Maybe not that specific, but this is what Tom did early in his career.
That was just what I did naturally. And I didn't quite realize how that benefited me kind of as years passed on, because I thought that's what everyone did. Yeah. I was there, I just didn't know what else to do. And I thought, I'm laying there, and I remember in Taps, I was in my hotel room, and I was just laying there, and I was so tense, like trying to remember everything and absorb everything. And I'll never forget it, I just started laughing. I said, this is ridiculous. There's no possible way I don't know what I don't know. And it's okay not to know. And just,
you know how many people there are in the world that that have such a big ego that can't say what he just said? Saying that or knowing what you don't know. Know what you know and know what you don't know. Those are some things that just people won't admit, because you might have somebody in your life like this, but they might be like a know-it-all. And then you ask them a question that they don't actually know, and they kind of toy around, beat around the bush. They're like, well, it's not. It gets more difficult than you think. That question can't really be answered, and you're just like, But yeah, very philosophical, Monchi. I appreciate you. By the way, we'll talk more in just chatting, and we also have cards to open up, but right now this is reaction video. But thank you for being here. It was like, okay, back to my daily schedule program. But yeah, know what you know. I think who was it? His name was Degrassi. He's like that space guy. He's all about space and the universe and everything like that. Tyler Degrassi or something like that. I don't know, but he talks about how well do you know a subject. You can judge your view on how much know. Oh my gosh, words! I failed English 3 times. This is a little difficult, but this is the whole point. We gotta think. This is the whole point of being an actor and understanding, curiosity. Okay, well, why do I do this? How do I think? It's the whole point. But what was he saying? He said, "How well do you know a subject? You can prove this by knowing the things that you don't know." Essentially. So Tom Cruise saying this, he says, there's so much things out of my control that I don't know, that I don't need to dwell on, and that's why he started laughing.
Absorb it and just live it and enjoy it and just do the best I can. And that was really the kind of agreement the statement for myself. It's just, I'm going to do the best I can every day, and that's all I can do, and I will never take it for granted. I know that this is a privilege to be able to live out something that is, it's not what I do, it's who I am, and it's my passion, and that's how I felt about it. And that's been, and I've wanted to be here for the rest of my life making movies and be competent at it. So yes, I do look back. And it's a long answer. I could have just said yes.
No. This is the dream. Are you kidding?
I could have just said, yeah.
Don't ever do that, please.
Yeah, no.
You know how many people this is totally, switching gears, but when you ask somebody a question, I've been on dates. Oh, I've been on dates, and it's like talking to not a brick wall, actually almost like a brick wall in terms of flat chest. I'm just kidding. I hope the girls that I dated, they don't see this. But as I was saying, like one-worded answers. You're like, so what do you like to do? Like, oh, I just do things. I like to have fun. I like to read music. I'm like, oh, okay. What kind of music? Oh, just upbeat music. I like someone who gives some description. Tell me what you do. I've talked to some people. I'm like, what do you like to do for fun? Gym. Okay. Do you go to the gym a lot? Yes. And then I'll try to do an open-ended question, like, how often do you go to the gym? A lot. I'm like, I just, can we get the bill? And we didn't even start eating yet.
4-year-old, was there a collection of films or a feeling that you had when you saw a performance or anything?
There were many moments like that.
They were like, I want to do that.
Many moments. Like I just, look, I was a kid that opened the window and I'd crawl out on the roof and the stars, I'd wake up and I'd sneak out, and I was 3 years old, and the neighbors called and said, I think there's a child on the roof. Or I'd climb the tree, or I just was, everything was an adventure to me, and it still is.
This is kind of funny too, because it just reminded me of when I do my self-tapes. Like, this is exactly where I do my self-tapes. I mean, this is my office space, but I put a blue screen behind me, and exactly how you're seeing me right now, this is how I would film in my self-tapes, almost like to where my armpit is, and then I leave a little space right here. I have done scenes, like auditions, where I will... Or I think it's like more vocal training, but I'm almost like yelling and screaming and not singing, but I'm very loud. And in the words that I say in these auditions, like I remember, okay, this is funny. I remember being in my hotel room on vacation in Spain, and I got sent this audition that was due the very next day. And in this scene, it says, drop the gun. And then my scene partner says, no. And then starts cursing at me or stuff. And I'm like, I'm not going to ask you again. Drop the gun. And I have to, I mean, you didn't have to yell this, but I chose to yell because I was like, I got to put passion into this character. I was reading the description. He was fiery headed. So I was like, I'm just going to scream this. But I forgot where I was. I was in my hotel room and I just said, drop the gun. And the other dude's cussing my reader. I said, drop the gun. Luckily, nobody came, no staff came. But I was just like, whoever our neighbors are in this hotel, they probably checked out that same night.
And my interest in life and wanting to understand life.
Yeah.
For me, it was wanting to know people, understand people, and I didn't kind of know. Even though people are saying, you got to stop moving so much, you got to don't do that. I didn't really recognize those limits.
And when you started that kind of journey of kind of going, this is how I want to do things, and also I guess probably a good thing from not going to film school in terms of this is how you do it. You found your own.
Chat, what is that accent? Is it Norwegian? Like film school? Yeah, no, that's a bit posh. That's British right there. But I don't know what this accent is. I could be totally wrong here, but I just found it fascinating. Accents, because I'm taking improv, I have to put more accents into my work. So I do a lot of cowboy or like 1980s style, or sorry, 1950s style. So anytime I hear an accent, it's weird. I haven't even done Filipino or yeah, знаю чуть по-русски. So I don't speak in Russian accent as much as I should because it will help. I gotta work on it. I gotta work on my accents.
Own way of doing it, and you found that you wanted to absorb all these different kind of the learning. You're going through your own film school,
That's
really.
exactly it. I just kind of created my own film school, and I could see it from different points of view. Everyone had a different point of view of what the film was. From the editor, cinematographer, the filmmakers, the audience, and different artists about their perspective on what storytelling is, what works for them.
Here's one thing that so many people don't understand about like storytelling when it comes to TV and film and theater, mainly TV and film specifically. When you have a director, you have a scene writer, whoever makes the scripts. See, I don't even know the terminology that much. You have the actor. So let's just take these three. You have the actor, the director, and the script writer. We're just gonna call them. I feel like there's a specific word for it. Chat, if you know what it is, or anybody who wants to type that in, let me know. But you have these three characters, and you want to make a movie, right? You'd think that it's simple and straightforward. The director will direct the actor reads the script writer and the director will give each other information on how to, continue on the storyline. But guess what? There's a fourth that you don't know about. And first of all, before we even get to the fourth, the director has their own view in his creative mind on how this story, in terms of the scenes, should unfold. The actor also gets the full script. Sometimes maybe not. Sometimes just pages, or understanding his character and or her character, and understanding, okay, what's the storyline of this character throughout this film. Some people go above and beyond, like Viola Davis or Matthew McConaughey. Well, they'll create the entire backstory from when they were born to when they got exactly to where that movie was being made, and then thereafter, what happens after a movie. We think about Spider-Man or The Odyssey with Matt Damon, and Spider-Man with Tom Holland. Oh my gosh, thinking about Tom or Spider-Man as Matt Damon is kind of funny. But what happens after those movies are done? A lot of actors will just feel like, okay, what happens after the movie? They'll even go beyond that. And so that's the actor's job, to understand the character, and they have their own version of the movie, of the scene. And then you have the script writer who made this freaking movie, or maybe it's a group of people. I'm not sure. I've never been in that position. And they're like, this is how it's supposed to be. So we have three different people thinking about a movie and a story three different ways. So that's how you have to communicate and bring this to life. So it could be something that neither one of these three even thought of. And you remember I said there were four people. So the fourth, guess what, goes to the actor side. A lot of people think about method acting, and method acting is like being the character. Like when you think of Heath Ledger as the Joker, or I believe his name, Jared Leto, he would play as the Joker. He wouldn't, the director would say action and then cut to signify the scene is done. And, the actors would go back to their human characteristics and personalities. But Jared Leto in the Joker, he kept the Joker. He would write down in his journal as the Joker. He would gift crazy gifts to his co-stars, Margot Robbie. I think it was like a dead pig or something, as the Joker. And so that fourth character is the actual character. It doesn't have to be the Joker. It's just that whoever that actor is embodying, whoever that character is living through that actor, that character in this movie whatever it may be, they don't know they're in a movie. They're just a human being or whatever they fictional or non-fictional. They're just they're just there. They don't know there's a camera. They don't know there's a director, there's a script writer. And so there's that fourth person with the director, the script writer, the actor, and the actual character where they are bringing about this scene and changing this whole entire storyline in a way that's very eye-opening for everyone else. So, like what he's saying about so many different creative minds is I know I'm rambling here, but I just found that something to take note of if you want to get into this industry.
And I got to see it from their point of view and evaluate it. What is that for me? I was never someone who would, like, my experience with a story or a movie is my experience and what I feel and what I recognize. And then I sit in audiences, I'm like, did you have the same experience as I did? Like, that's why I like cinema and the collective group of all of us together and sharing this experience together and bringing our own lives and our own stories and then experiencing it. I'm not someone who would read something to know how I should experience it.
Yeah.
Whatever art form it is, whatever culture it is, it's like I want to know for myself. I've never been someone to take someone's opinion. I'll listen, but I want to evaluate things for myself. And that's how I felt about movies. And the things that I would do is, and I still do, I study people's careers and I
Also, because I went on that big tangent, I just want to let's be vulnerable here for a second. I want to put out there that I struggled with this. I mean, I still low-key kind of struggle with this in terms of what Tom is saying, how he has his own opinion. He'll listen to someone else's opinion. When I gave the example of the screenwriter, the director, the actor, and the actual character, they all come from this different perspective. You know, the director is seeing how the entire storyline should be shot. The screenwriter is like, okay, this is how I envisioned it. The actor is just thinking about the character. The character doesn't even know they're in a movie or project or whatever. And I struggled with with trusting my intuition, trusting my own opinion, and thinking that the director should tell me what to do. And this is what a lot of directors do. And this is why a lot of directors say if you want to grow as an actor, you should take like a filmmaking class. Or I think there are director classes, but there's probably an actual name for it. Or yeah, writing class. Stuff like even sketch comedy, stuff like this. Because it just changes your perspective on a lot of things. But what was I saying? I got ahead of myself there. Oh yeah, the confidence thing. I felt like I should listen to the director. Whatever the director wants, I'm going to give him. But it's not the director's the boss and I'm like the employee. He tells me what to do. It's a collaboration. And Tom is just saying it. He says, I have an opinion about this character. Like I'm speaking from the actor's perspective. Like I know how to approach this character. And I'm going to tell you how it should be done. The director is here to collaborate. Like, ooh, the director's job isn't to act. The director isn't an actor. The director is the director. So he collaborates with you and says, oh, that's an interesting take. Let's see if we can do it like this. You know, he'll give his opinion, but stay true. Like, trust your intuition. They hired you as the actor because you did your own work. You made the backstory and the future story, but trust your intuition. I was gonna say tuition, but that's not what this is about. I never went to college.
I studied the history of movies and how they're made, and and kind of pull from that and see what things I felt worked with cinema, and how do I build an environment where it's creatively, rich, and how do I do that? So every kind of little door that opened, I would bang the door open and push harder and be willing to make mistakes, be willing to evaluate why some things worked and why it didn't. So I would take a director and I'd look at what elements were involved in making that movie work: the editing, the cinematography, the score. Now I was very fortunate because here I am, 18 years old. And I was
Damn, 18? I mean, you hear like child actors growing up and they're still in it. Like Tom Holland, he was a child actor and continued on. A lot of child actors, they quit because just it got too much. Maybe they just changed um, their lifestyles and it didn't align with the TV and film or theater industry. Uh, you'll hear a lot of stories, and a lot of actors just left the scene and started new careers. 18 is young. 18 is young. I'm trying to get up there, okay? I'm trying to get my own. I'm only 24, so we'll see where we go. I'm not. Yeah.
Able to go, here's, and I made a list of the filmmakers that I wanted to meet. And I was like, I'm going to meet these people. I'm going to interview them. And at that age, and when I did TAPS, I was very fortunate because I remember Kevin Huvain's here, and CAA was a very new agency. They had like half a floor, and they wanted to represent me. And I was like, I interviewed my agent. I was like, here's the goals that I have, and I want to meet these filmmakers. And I studied who CAA was, and it's like, and I knew when I did TAPS, there was interest in representing me, and I didn't have an agent. And I was like, okay. And they were very helpful. People were very, very helpful. So I was able to interview Scorsese, Sidney Pollack, Newman. I met Hoffman when I was young, and Spielberg. And
He met these amazing directors at 18 years old. That's the level of dedication. I mean, his curiosity, this all goes back to curiosity. If there's one thing, I mean, you're going to leave with this, it's just be curious. Just ask questions. But that's not fair. He met amazing directors at an early age. Or maybe it's just that easy. Maybe you just gotta DM them on Instagram. You text Scorsese and be like, "Hey, what were you thinking about when you made this movie?" He might respond. I'm gonna try. I'm low key just gonna do that. See what happens.
and every step that I made, I was, but I was constantly, I studied movies, and then I studied the studio system, and then I studied distribution, and I would force the studios to send me to countries when I was very young. I was fortunate because I knew I had certain marketing consultations. Now, when you're 20 years old and you have marketing consultation, and I'm sitting at these desks, like, they were not excited to have me sit in those meetings. Who is this person? I was always like I would say, look, I don't know. I just want you to teach me and learn and see what you do. So I was then they started opening the doors. They realized I'm not trying to tell them what to do. I want to understand.
Yeah.
And I like to understand things and just put all the pieces together for me. And I wanted to go to these countries, and I would force the studios to send me to countries, and I wanted to understand, I wanted to see their movies.
I don't know how you could force an agency or force a production company to send you somewhere. That's actually I'm gonna text my agent and be like, hey, can you just send me to London so I can learn here? How do you even do that? Okay, here's something that you guys should know. I'm going to turn this up a bit. Something you should know. In the beginning of February and January, so 2027, we are moving. We're moving to California. This is to pursue content creation and acting. A lot of people have this dream, and I wholeheartedly believe that you should leave your hometown if that's all you've ever known. Now, I've lived here in the Midwest in this beautiful state of Kentucky for 24 years, and I think it's time to move. And I've listened to, I think Tom Cruise has probably said it, but Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, he said one of the biggest risks that I've ever taken, and this goes, I mean, any CEO, entrepreneur, anybody who's, took a risk and left their hometown will probably tell you it was one of the best decisions they've ever made, because it opens up your perspective. You think about, just take example, traveling. Anytime you'll travel to a new country, sometimes just, probably to a new country, because you can explore a new culture. You get to just see a new way of living that you're not used to, but this is someone else's normal life. You're like, dang, I never realized that there was so much more to life than what I'm used to. So I'm going to leave my hometown, and yeah, we're gonna see what California brings. A lot of Filipino food, and we're going to get that later on in this live stream, where we're gonna talk about Jollibee.
With them, and I wanted to see the films that I made with them, to see how is it communicating. Again, kind of a lifelong journey of how do you feel about life? Like, what things matter to you? Not
Yeah.
just reading in some book, but I wanted to experience it, and I wanted to go to these places and work with them and know them, and then see their movies and make movies for them. So a lot of the things that I would then go and realize that, wow, there's not a lot of theaters around. And at that time, you know, Hollywood was very Hollywood. It was about America, and I was very much about global. And I want to go to those places, you know, I want to work there, so I want to be there. And I would watch these movies, and then eventually I came up, when I would go, it'd take months to travel, and I'm like, I make movies all the time. Like, I don't have time off. I don't want time off. You know, I want to make movies. And so that's when I came up with the red carpet premieres. I was like, I can do, you know, let's bring the Hollywood kind of culture to them. And I came up with the red carpet premieres, and then I could do a country every other day or a day, and then travel around or spend days there where I could have days where I could go.
He's also talking about one thing that Matthew McConaughey says that I just love. This is the reason why I'm moving to California at the beginning of next year, to pursue acting and content creation. And just know, if you are considering moving, a lot of people would say that you shouldn't move. Build your resume where you are. And so when you move, you have, you know, a resume already in your back pocket. So when you start auditioning for things, you know, you have something to be considered by. And you'll hear stories, success stories. You'll hear good stories about people saying, I just, you know, you hear like a, how do you say it? I don't know what he said, but Chris Pratt was like, oh yeah, I just left with $2 to my name to California, and then I made it big. I mean, I'm summarizing quite small, but there are way more stories where somebody moves to California, moves to Atlanta, New York, and fails as an actor because you just didn't prep. And so that's what I'm doing right now, because low key, we're adding to the resume, and as a model, we booked Nike. Shh. It's later in August, so we're training for that, and just to make sure we're in physically good health. So to have that on your resume, just like being associated with big brands and companies through your agency, or through, if you're an individual actor or model, that's the type of things that you should be stacking. So when you do move, you have something to show for it.
Go to the movies, spend time with artists, and really kind of scout the areas. And that's what I would do. I'd go and look at those areas. This is before the internet, way before the internet. Okay, before you all were born. And I would go and do that, and it was just quite amazing. And then I was like, I was fortunate enough to be there with the studios and saying, you got to build theaters. You know, this is before, like, we used to not release movies in the summer in Europe. In August. It's like, no, there's no air conditioning. I was like, well, why don't we get some air conditioning there in those theaters?
I will say, Tom is very bold right now. I mean, I did say one of the biggest things, if you're going to take away from this video, is be curious, ask questions. He went to every single department on set and asked the director, why do you do what you do? He asked the gaffer, why do you hold the camera in the way that you do? What lens is that? Why is it for this shot? He'll talk to the wardrobe stylist. Like, okay, what about this outfit speaks to the character? You know, but he's going to other countries and asking them, you need to build a theater? You know, why don't we have air conditioning? I'm like, who are you? He's 18 years old, by the way. 18 years old, and he's asking people to build theaters. I may have this completely wrong, but I'm listening to it just like you.
Theaters, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but let's just
There's
pump a
always a
little air
solution.
conditioning. I mean, that's a couple of extra weeks. We can, let's go. So those are the kind of things that, and I would always bring it back to movies and stories, and, just constantly learn something and then try to apply it to the next, right? I have a broad taste in music and art, cinema, and I wanted to understand that kind of storytelling, whether it was thriller or action or comedy, character comedy, different kinds. And I was like, I made a list, even as a kid, of all the movies, kind of different films that I want to make, and I would take it and I'd study that entire genre. Then I'd test myself. Can I do it?
Yeah.
You know, what's it like? And I was very fortunate. I mean, the people that I've worked with, they're very generous with me, very gracious, and shared their viewpoints and allowed me in.
This is going to be the last note. This video is an hour, and if you guys do want to, me critique or just comment on Tom's advice to aspiring actors or working actors, and this goes to people in TV and film and theater, then please just let me know. Chat, you want to see that. But I will have to go to the next video, and this is more about stunt training because this is what I'm focused on as an actor. But basically, this last note here is what he just said about he was very fortunate. Why was he fortunate? Because he had people to talk to. He had a network, and that is one of the biggest buzzwords you'll hear when it comes to not just acting. It comes to people building a business, building a career, networking, and essentially it just means talk to people, have a group or friends or connections that you may not know where it will lead, but it's it's just funny to see how your life and someone else's life that you choose to befriend, they'll interlink, or they'll just cross paths in your future. And you're like, oh, by the way, I'm making a movie. And you're like, well, by the way, I'm also acting right now. And you're like, oh, would you like to be in my film? And then next thing you know, you're in a film or any type of career in business. It's just about the people that you meet. And you just don't know what kind of doors they might open either now or in the future. And guess what? It all starts with having a good personality, just being a good person. Be kind to others. You don't know who you're going to meet. And it's not about being always on. That's another thing someone said. They're like, Gio, how are you just always on right now? I'm like, what do you mean? I'm not turned on. Get away from me. But he said, no, dude, you're just like, you don't cuss. You don't do this and that. And your content's very PG and something like this. And I was just like, bro, that's just me. Being on to you should just be authentic. Be who you are. If you don't cuss, don't cuss. If you don't like to post certain types of content, don't do it. Even if you know it might get views, like pranking videos. I absolutely despise pranking videos in terms of like going to the mall and I don't know, screaming in the middle of a store and running out and seeing security guards go. Like you're disrupting the peace. That's just not, to me, that's just not even what a good person would do. And you're doing it just for the views. And there are people like that. And you can't control the world. You can only control how you react to it. But Tom's advice about networking, it all goes to being authentic and just being a good person. All right. This is one of my favorite parts because this is the outro. Let's see what we got. Damn, did we low-key kind of just did the outro. All right. Okay. I'm going to do a different outro then. Oh gosh. I mean, Tom really hit some really important notes as an actor in terms of networking, in terms of being curious, in terms of seeing things from a different creative viewpoints, as in how does the director see a scene from how do I see a scene as the actor. And then you have the script writer who made the movie, who made that scene. They have a different point of view. I think I can connect this all by just, I low-key want to be cliche and just say it's all about confidence right now. But I think that's such an important thing, to trust your intuition, to trust that your gut, and this does go to confidence, at any age, at any stage, at any age or stage in your career, in your life, whatever you do pursue, as a business, a career path, whatever it may be, there will always be that little doubt, that little voice in your head saying, can you really do this? Are you good enough? I mean, it'll start to give you actual things to think about, like, oh, you really haven't done something like this before. Are you sure you're up for it? That little voice in your head, everyone has that, no matter at any age or stage in your life. So just knowing and building this repertoire of life experiences. Like Tom Cruise has said, he went to different countries, experienced different things. Hell, he asked theaters to put in air conditioning at 18 years old. I probably have that story wrong, but this is what I heard. And he talked to directors about certain scenes, being curious. These are all life experiences. And so when you build that, I mean, that should give you all the competence and confidence to handle anything that the future holds, even if you haven't even experienced it yet. So this all just goes to trusting your gut and your intuition. And in case no one else told you today, I love you. You matter. You have value. And let me say something I haven't said before. Damn, maybe I should just make my outros that. Let me say something I haven't said before. You should get some more fiber in your diet. I haven't said that before in an outro. So yeah, I bet you haven't taken, your 30 to 40 grams. That's what you should be doing daily. I think maybe it varies between each person. That's what I should be getting. I don't know if I should. I'm eating more apples and black beans. Get your dietary fiber, kids. All right, I'll see you in the next one. I love you. So that's the outro. I'm not leaving yet, you guys. It was just for the live stream. But check this out. We're going to go to our just chatting scene. There was a YouTube comment that I saw a second ago saying, shouldn't there be more people here? Yeah, this is interesting. Oh, yeah, Baholic. I know. I saw your comments. I appreciate you, Monchi. I saw you guys. You said more taxes, by the way. I'm also going to do something fun because at Gen Con, we got some packs. And this is from the arcade, Catalysm Arcade. That is, let me show you. That's what this is, Catalysm Arcade. This is who we modeled for when we found out we booked from Nike. But you said, yeah, taxes. That was the biggest thing holding me back from moving, just the living expenses. But I have a lot of Filipino family over there, and I actually have a house that's vacant, or they have a house that's vacant. I said, can I move? Who's living there? They're like, nobody. It's yours. If you want it temporarily, pay for your food and stuff, but you can live here if you want. I'm like, oh, dude, I'm there. What is it? You remind me of a young Tom Cruise. Thank you. I concur. How about becoming a director? Ooh, that's interesting. Becoming a director. I love you too. Oh, yes. I'm not leaving. Yeah, that was just the outro. Anyways, somebody said Goji fan. Yes. So now that I'm live streaming more, I've developed this different system. Like right now, you see a whole screen that's just chatting, my TikTok and all that too. And I can transition between my intro and outro, which is this. I will go to my reaction videos, and then this is my just chatting scene. So I mean, this is what regular professional live streamers do. But since we're getting more into it, we're uploading to YouTube, to Kick, which I don't know nothing about, Twitch, and TikTok. All right, I'm really excited about this. Very professional. Thank you. And thank you for being here. You Monchi, Yapaholic. Skilla was here earlier, and he even just hopped in for like 5 minutes saying, hey, I can't be here for long. I just want to say hi. I'm really excited because I wanted to open this. What I love about this trading card game, and we got a whole stack. I'm not going to be able to open all of these on stream, but you can literally play a game out of one pack. So two people can play a game out of one pack. So I will say this. All right, this is going to make no sense, but in the chat, I want you to say, whether you're on YouTube, TikTok, Kick, Twitch, I want you to say, pick 4. They're called factions, and that's what the hero boss that we're going to pull out of is. Think about it like if you open up a Pokemon pack, it's either electric, water, dark. Those are energies. So these are bosses. It's the same thing. So you can either pick Survivor, you can pick Mystic, you can pick, what are the others? I literally have it on my thing. Mystic. Okay, hell, I only know colors. Pick blue, purple, green, or red. Say it in the chat, and we're gonna see if this is it. I'm gonna open it up right now. Damn. Hold on. You got those 4 colors: green, blue, purple, or red. Someone said blue, purple, always purple. Let's figure this out together. I forgot how this is constructed. I know Pokemon cards. I'll show you guys what this is like too as well. So it comes with like dice, or like it comes with like counters, like these you can punch out these circles and add it in. He said your boss is on top. So, oh, it was blue. It was blue. This is the boss. So who got it? Yapaholic, PSA 10. Fingers crossed. There's no rarities in this. So you got oh, it was Warrior. Okay, so there was Survivor. There was Warrior. Can you see it correctly? I don't know if it focused in. Bam, bam. Um, and literally out of that, you can play an entire game out of this. Yeah. So, oh, this is so cool. Oh, this is so, I'm just like, I mean, all these cards are like, I don't know, you guys won't understand. I'll show you something. Manchi, I feel like this is your card. I'm gonna pick it for you. That's you. Okay, you are you are I don't even know what this is. Elisa Doolittle. And then ooh, Yapaholic. Yapaholic, you know who you are? Let's figure this out. We're gonna give you when I think of Yapaholic, I think of this. You are Poof, worst enemy. That is you. Anybody in the chat, if you want me to give you a card, let me know now. I do be little. Yapaholic. I just said that because he's spitting fire. Poof. His name is Poof. So that's you. Oh, that's hilarious. I forgot who our fighter was. Oh, see ya later, Gator. So this is the boss. You each get a boss, and you try to bring their life points. So this is 16 down to 0. All right. This is interesting. That was along, like that whole reaction video was one session. So what I'm going to do is cut the session shorter and just go straight to the Filipino side, baby boy. Sorry, that was weird. So that was about Tom Cruise. I'm not going to do stunts. I'm going to do Filipino and Russian reaction. So this is going to be, you said I'm honored. That's hilarious. So this is going to be a little bit more laid back. All right. This is, I think, if I said this correctly, it's a Filipino and Russian family trying Jollibee. I don't know. Chat, do you guys know Jollibee? So let's see what this is about. Oh, it's a Filipino-Russian kid. Oh my gosh, there's another one out there. You love Jollibee. Yes, yes. We're going to talk about Chicken Joy. Let's just have fun with this. Let's just see what this one's about. Man, Jollibee. The fried chicken. I'm going to Chicago right now, and I might just eat some Jollibee. Oh, and I can't say nothing. There we go. That's better. Alrighty. Let's hop on over and oh wait, no, 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 no. You know what we gotta do? We gotta do the intro. Fun fact, that was the first meal I could taste after having COVID 2 years ago. Are you serious? Yeah, Bahalik, do you oh yeah, you said fried chicken, yeah, yeah. Dang, why does my computer screen keep doing that? The first thing that you could taste after having COVID? Is that good? I mean, I thought after I can't really smell after COVID, so I'm not gonna hold you up to that. Um, but there we go. We have a core memory with it. Here's what I'm gonna do because I have a teleprompter. I'm gonna do the intro, and then as soon as I'm done, chat, let me know what you think. I've been practicing, so we're skipping stunt training just because this live is going long. All right. So now, I mean, we're moving into the part of the stream that feels especially personal to me. I'm half Filipino and half Russian, and we're watching a Filipino-Russian family introduce their child to Jollibee for the first time. I wish my parents could have recorded my reaction to trying Jollibee for the first time, and I want to see what he thinks and compare it to my own experiences. I can't remember when I tried Jollibee actually, but I want to decide what the perfect first Jollibee order should be. That was the intro, chat. How was that? That means it was so flavorful. Haha, it was delicious. Yes, yes, yes. All right. So we're going to go to our reaction setup. And let's see what we got going on. Hold on, I'm trying to see what's on the menu right now. You got the chicken joy. You got the spaghetti. How did we forget about the spaghetti? The Filipino spaghetti is sweet for I don't know what reason, but it's sweet and I love it. One of Jollibee's underrated items is the ube pie. Think about like a McDonald's apple pie, but the ube, it does not compete against an ube pie. McDonald's apple pie or whatever you get isn't hold a candle to a Jollibee ube pie. Oh, I think they got one. Oh, it might be peach, but it could be ube. I know Filipinos, we like to just reuse different containers and put different items. Like in your fridge, you probably have a Cool Whip container that has a lot of fish or whatever leftovers. That is such a we don't waste things. If it's a Filipino thing, we just do that. So this peach pie could be an ube pie.
Hello, I'm Louis.
Hi, I'm Jenny,
And she's Russian.
and he's Filipino.
And we are in
Jollibee, Canada.
Canada.
This is crazy. This is like I'm looking at my family, and she low key looks like the woman Who is this woman in the top left corner, just smacking on her lips on this sandwich? But this is exactly like this is kind of low key scary. This is probably what oh my gosh, you can't even see it. Hold on, let me show you. Let me move this away. He and her, they look exactly like my dad and mom. It's kind of creepy. This doesn't make any sense. This is gonna be weird, you guys. It's gonna be really weird. All right, let's go back to it.
Long time no see.
Yeah.
Long time no
And this
episodes.
is Gector. Tignan mo si Gekay.
Gector? They just said Gector. All right, I'm moving this because you can't really tell. Let's just put this up top. There we go. See, and then I could actually move in real time. Is that good? How's that? His name is Gector. What? What is that? I mean, we both start with G, but Gector, like Giovanni's, I love that name. Gector, I love it, but I've never seen a Gector. A Filipino-Russian Gector.
Hi.
And we are so happy to see you guys. And today we have a really serious purpose to have come here, and so many Filipinos here.
And we are here to try the Jollibee here in Canada compared to the last time we tried in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, last time I remember I was still pregnant. So,
Opo.
oh my God! So it means it was around two and a half years
2 years
ago.
ago.
It
Yeah.
was nice. Wow. Yeah, this guy is growing.
She just called her son, this guy is grown. That's such a Russian, like, she has such a Russian personality. Like, this boy, he's good. Gector. I really feel like she created this Gector name. I don't know. How does a Russian and a Filipino meet? I'm saying this all, and I'm half Russian and half Filipino. And I still don't know the story.
And now we will let Gek try Jollibee for the first time.
Yeah, I hope he won't like it. Okay. But anyway,
It runs in the blood.
you will give him. So which blood? If
The
it's my
Filipino
blood,
blood.
he won't like it.
Okay. Let's try.
We will see. Okay, so let's open. What is it?
Palabok.
It's palabok.
Butterbook. This is. I'm not a big fan of this one. Just because there's like little shrimp, and I don't really like the noodles as much. This is totally like I prefer pancit, or I mean, there are many different noodle dishes in the Filipino dishes, but palabok, I just never liked it.
Yeah, because we
Oh, it
don't
looks
because we didn't try palabok in Abu Dhabi because they don't have palabok in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, how come they don't have this? So many Filipinos?
Also, they
So-
don't have the peach mango pie in Abu Dhabi.
All right, it's peach mango. I'm gonna give it to him. Ube, tier 1. Peach mango. Mangoes, that's like the Filipino. That's the Filipino fruit. It's my favorite fruit, by the way. And that's second tier, or that's still tier 1, but it's right under ube,
Whoa, whoa,
and
whoa.
it beats out McDonald's any day.
Oh.
So we got the chicken spaghetti.
Гека, хочешь попробовать? Немножко. I think last time I ate palabok in general, it was Abu Dhabi.
Guys, I'm not gonna cry on stream, but this is so weird. She's already speaking Russian. She's like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what she's. I don't know how to say what she just said, but it's like I'm watching my mom and my dad, and I'm watching me right now. This is so weird because I've never seen another I've never seen a Russian and Filipino. This is literally I'm just watching me right now because they're content creators. I'm a content creator. Maybe I'm their kid.
Opo, saglit lang, Gek.
Гека, будешь пробовать? Гек, ну подожди, пожалуйста.
Because he knows it's Filipino, right? Ayun na, try mo.
На.
Gector likes it. It took him a second, but he likes it. Hold on, just check it out. Yeah, Gector likes it.
Because it's masarap. Yeah.
Masarap, maraming masarap. Very delicious.
Еще?
Isa pa?
Isho means some more.
Isa pa.
Oh, what is it?
Cold. That's why. Cold.
Okay, I'll try this.
Oh, right, the spaghetti. Yeah. I forgot. The spaghetti I prefer because it's warmer. And this is essential. I think the perfect order at Jollibee, don't be complicated. Just get get the combo, the chicken joy and the spaghetti. That's all you need. And then either a peach mango or ube pie. Get the ube pie.
Yeah, please.
The real palabok. Yeah, too much juice. Oh, no. Давай.
Давай means let's go or come on. See? I know a little Russian, but I can speak like I know as much Russian as he does right now. That's how much I got to learn about the Russian language.
Spit it out. Now you're gonna tell.
Oh, good.
Good?
Yeah, of course. Should I?
Hold on. It's masarap means delicious, and then kusna means good in Russian. So kusna is good, and masarap means delicious. I think it's очень kusna, very good, is that's Russian. A little language lesson for me and you guys.
Make him try the chicken
Okay, this one.
skin.
Oh, this is like if he does not like it, I'm disowning the kid. I don't even own him.
Yeah, ito chicken.
Вкусно?
Kusna, masarap. He likes it. All right. We can keep the kid.
Isa pa. Chicken, chicken. Bigyan kita ng chicken, Gek.
Тебе понравилось?
Chicken?
She said, are you enjoying yourself or you're enjoying it? Yeah?
Isa pa. Thank you. Isa pa daw.
So I hope it was his First time and last. Okay.
What do you mean?
Why did she said? I hope it's his first time and last. Do you don't want this kid to grow up in Jollibee? I'm trying to think of a Russian. My mom's in Russia right now, actually, so I'm gonna ask her. I'm like, what are some local fast food places like a Jollibee over there? I mean, Jollibee is known in North America, let alone the entire world. I don't know any Russian restaurants, fast food restaurants. Maybe like all they would serve is like potatoes and beet soup.
But it's Filipino.
So,
Tapos na? What about you?
I'm not even like creeped out now that it's like watching my mom and my dad and me. I'm just sad now because I don't have anyone to feed me. I'm just seeing them feed each other. Tapos na. Finished. Yes, yes. I wonder if this kid is if she's like, I don't want this kid to like Jollibee because she's like, I don't want you to favoritize the Filipino side more. I want you to like Russian stuff. I don't know. I want to see how this family has developed.
yeah, because I'm gonna eat it all. It's really good.
And you want to try now the peach mango pie. So you're gonna try the peach mango pie.
Ooh, that's another thing. In the Philippines, we use pesos, Filipino pesos, and the currency difference in terms from a US dollar to Filipino pesos is crazy. I can't tell you what. It's like 60 pesos to $1 US. So if you ever move there, you are making, I mean, just convert your money, you're making bank. That's why so many people just travel there for vacation. Or some people just don't know that. But don't take advantage. Don't take advantage of it. I mean, the Filipinos work hard.
I haven't tried this in quite a while. We didn't have it in Abu Dhabi or Dubai. There's mango.
Jam.
It's like it melts in your mouth.
Can I try it? Yeah, so soft.
Where the heck is Gector? I feel like, did he leave? I don't even see the boy anymore.
So juicy.
Jen, what are you gonna try?
Jenny's going wild.
Peach mango pie.
Wow, it's something from my childhood.
Yeah, okay.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's a good memory.
Yeah, it's not like crazy sweet,
Yeah.
but it's quite pleasant. I don't like this taste, means dough, but I would eat this jam.
Give me the dough then.
That's the best part. That's literally the best part. I mean, the crunch. Oh, I'm in the middle of the. Let me move. This is what I love about. How do you say it? This, because I can just pop, 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 ba da da, bam.
Yeah, I would eat like this, okay?
Sure.
That has to be some kind of that's some Filipino sin. No, get her out up here because you need the dough, the crunchy part. That's the most. That's like this is part of it. You want your even if it's McDonald's, the pie is part of it. Don't just eat the jam. What are you doing?
It's also sweet.
So we found the compromise. You eat the inside and I will eat the outside. Thank you.
Look, I that's something.
Oh no, that's not okay at all. This is not right. You need to eat the whole thing. I don't care that they compromised on she eats the inside, he eats the outside. That's not how you compromise as a couple. You eat the food. What?
Oh wow, I love this.
That's the inside.
To each their own. To each their own.
Do you want orange? Yeah, I just
Wait, what?
brought the tea and orange.
From
Just-
Jollibee?
Okay.
She brought an orange and tea. That's a true Russian right there. My mom would definitely do this. She's like, I don't like Jollibee. I bring my own food. She brought tea and an orange. Such a Russian thing to do. This is hilarious.
Okay, enjoy. I still need to finish my spaghetti and chicken. Get sabi mo hi kay Jollibee. Hi. Turong mo ilong. Nasa yung ilong?
Thank you, Jollibee. And thank you guys for watching us.
Yeah, thank you for watching.
This is so cute. I love this. I absolutely love this so much. Okie dokie. Let's transition back here. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. So, I mean, shoot. Simply, the only perfect order at Jollibee is not don't make it don't make it complicated. How about you just start off with the ube pie or the peach mango pie? Just don't do what they did. Don't just only eat the inside. It would look weird if you only ate the outside. But ube pie, top tier in my book, and then get a simple combo: spaghetti and chicken joy. That's it. And in case no one has told you yet today, I got something ready. In case no one has told you yet today, you matter, you have value, and let me say something I haven't said before, which is usually I say I love you, but I'll do this. I love you, mahal kita, and yatibia lublu. So that was I love you in Tagalog and in Russian, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I love you. Bam! That is the outro. So now we just chatting. But what were you saying? Maybe I'm their kid. Yeah, the mashed potato slaps. Was I making mashed potato slaps? Who was making mashed potato slaps? I'm hungry. I was watching that and I was just like, ooh, I'm low-key hungry. Tapos na. Oh, good question. I'm shocked she doesn't like the crust. Yeah, I don't understand. Maybe that Jollibee establishment is bad. I don't know. I learned something today about Russians. Kudos. No silly. That means it's good. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good. It made me really hungry too. Would you say, based on my personal experience, American Jollibee tastes better than the version in the Philippines, where my first visit as a child left a bad impression? Oh, dude, now you gotta tell me what did you get? I know the ube or peach mango pies can get like really hot. Did you burn your tongue, or how did you have a bad experience with fried chicken? It's fried chicken. Yeah, that made me hungry. Literally after the stream, because we're over an hour. Thank you guys for watching too. We're gonna eat, but it's gonna be no chicken. Actually, maybe tomorrow. Maybe that's our thing. Tomorrow we're not gonna go. Oh, why did it get so bright? We're gonna go IRL. We may or may not tomorrow. I do need some time to edit this video. Oh, we have a new commenter. It hasn't popped up yet. What is it? Hello, I am from Indonesia. How are you? This is on the TikTok, because I got TikTok, YouTube, or not Instagram. Oh no, pre-roll ads are disabled. Oh, that's a good thing for 62 minutes. How are you doing? I hope you're doing good over there on TikTok. As I was saying, yeah, tomorrow we're going to Chicago. It takes us 5 hours, 3-hour improv class. I usually do IRL, but I have to post a lot of content. I'm trying to think. If you guys saw some clips, I do need helps with some clips. I do need a clipper, I guess. I don't know. I try to do it myself with some AI, but it's a little difficult. I'm gonna start carrying around water and an orange. Oh, you're so Russian. You're so Russian. Don't forget to drink some water if you haven't already. I'm all out. Oh, all right. Let's do it one more time, because that was like a miniature break. We're gonna end off this stream with opening a pack. So it's either blue, purple, pink, or red. Chat and everybody say one of those 4 colors. We're gonna see if you got it right as I open up this pack. To end off the stream. Let's see. I'm gonna guess pink. So blue, purple, pink, or red. Damn, why are these so hard? It's not like a Yu-Gi-Oh pack. What do we got? Purple. Okay, I'm gonna start carrying around water. And an orange. The Yapaholic, I might just pick for you. I'm just gonna say orange. Or I don't even know if that was one of the colors. Pink, purple, blue, or red. So this is the color. I love that you can play this outside of the pack. Okay. All right, so the boss is behind in 3. Oh, he said orange. All right, purple or orange, and I went pink. Bada bing, bada boom. Did I say green was a color? Green. Neither one of us got it right. Oh, so that was the color. Guys, I don't even know how to play this game. Um, it was it was green. I forgot. So I think it's it's not red, it's blue. It's not red, it's green. We'll know for next time. Monchi and Yapaholic, could you just remind me because I might forget? We have blue, green, pink, or purple. Hey, now we know. Hold on, let me pick you guys out. Let me pick you guys out. Monchi. Oh no, this is Yapaholic for sure. Monchi. Which card is yelling Monchi at me? Oh, all right. That's interesting. We're gonna do this. Yapaholic. This is you are Ebb, balancer of scales. He like the artwork on here goes absolutely hard because they're all hand drawn by a artist, and it's like a graffiti type of vibe. So I don't know. He just spoke to me. He's a fighter. And then I like this because this card actually looks good. Yeah, blue, green, pink, or purple. No red. There's no red. That looks sick. And then Yapaholic. Oh no, this is Munchie now. Munchie, you are this chick. She is a total badass when it comes to playing this game because her ability is awesome. Salamat po. Yes po. Opo, opo. Opo, opo. Or how do you say salamat? Salamat. Mahal kita. How do you say thank you? Thank you. And then you're welcome. I don't know. I gotta learn more language. We gotta watch more videos like this. So I do like fighter types. Yes. All right. So now we know. Okay. There's green. Neither one of us got it right just because I didn't realize it. Okie dokie. Artichoke. Thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. I love you guys. Whether you're on YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, or Kick, I just want you guys to know. Mahal kita. Yatsi bialu blue. And I love you. And I will see you guys another time. You guys are the reason why I keep coming back to live streaming and making my content. Truthfully, it does make a difference to me. And I hope you guys were entertained. All right. I'll see you guys not tomorrow, but the next day. Oh, wait, no, that's Tuesday. Maybe Wednesday. I'm still trying to figure out this live streaming thing.